I scheduled a live right before and it kind of went down. It wasn't connecting. Hopefully this one we're gonna get it right. Before we start, guys, make sure to subscribe, to hit the bell, as well as I just posted brand new videos on my membership site, nickdrossos.com. So make sure if you guys want to see all my new and exclusive content, go visit my website, nickdrossos.com, as well as my instructor course, which is happening next year, my women's self-defense, brand new fight analysis. So go check that out at nickdrossos.com. What's going on, Mr. Fight Man? Now, this weekend was a deadly weekend here in Quebec. For Halloween, somebody got dressed and went with a katana sword and actually killed 2 people and injured, I think, 5 more. And a lot of people wrote to me, Nick, you've never done a video. What and how can I defend myself from a katana sword? Now,
or any long range.
Or any long range weapon. So I've done a lot of knife defense. So when I went to Boston, I taught my edge weapon instructor course to the defensive tactics of the Boston police. And when we looked at edged weapons, we looked at 1 knife, 2 knives, we looked at machetes, we looked at an axe. And I mean, I didn't cover this weapon, but before we start, we're gonna look at the dynamics of a katana sword. Why is this weapon so much harder to defend than a knife? Okay? Again, a lot of it comes down to range. So, Perry, can you go get me a knife in there? By the way, guys, if you want to support me, I enabled for the first time my super chat. So if you want to give a donation, that would be super cool. If not, don't worry about it. It's all good. So we look at the difference between this over here, a knife and a katana, right? What does it really come down to? It comes down to range, right? So if I'm attacked with a knife, right, I have a little bit less range that I need to be able to parry or trap or move. Whereas when we're looking at the sword or a machete, what changes is the range, which means I need more, move back a little bit, Perry. You need a lot more range for me to be able to step in, and if he were to attack, to come in, right? There's a lot less range I need to cover. As deadly as it is, the knife in close quarter range, when you're looking at a machete or a sword, what the difference is, you have all this range to cover, which means he could attack me, he could have started attacking from here, right? Or even step more back. So look at the range, start going slow, look, go full range of motion, but slow. So he has all this, go slow, keep going. Now he has all this range swinging back the other way. Yeah, so he has all this, so I have all this range that I need to be able to cover. Now the hard part about, if we're gonna look at the katana sword, if you're gonna look at the machete, what you need to do is you need to explode the moment you see. So if he was doing this and he was coming in, I need to explode. Now, unlike defending against a bat, where you could, even if you come low to cover it, right? If I come here, I'm getting cut. Now, again, I'm probably getting, the lower I go down, the less impact there is. However, with a knife, it's still gonna go right through, especially how sharp it is. So what I wanna do, I wanna use the blade of my forearms and I wanna go into the arms as much as possible. Once I come in, I wanna trap it depending on what his movements is, and then I wanna strike.
Right, from what I see is when we used to do the knife, you had more time to react. Whereas now, as soon as you see my shoulder moving, you're moving in.
You have to move in immediately, right? The other time to step in is as it crosses the center line, then I start moving in, right? Because same thing with the machete and the katana, there's only one side that's edged, not 2, okay? The other thing is, Rafael, what's up? The other thing is, it's timing, explosive power as well. If I'm here, by the time I move back, the sword is coming back. So what I need to do, I need to time it. I need to also know the range that it has to literally come here, so I have less distance to explode in. So it's a lot of timing, It's a lot of
Reflexes.
footwork. It's training, and the hard part is to explode and move in. Okay, so guys, I'm not here to tell you and sell you some bullshit. It's easy and no. I still want to give you an idea and a concept of what you could do. There's nothing that's guaranteed. It's all about possibilities and probabilities. Obviously, if you're gonna write me a comment, just run. Yes, obviously run.
Trust me, those people I'm sure wanted to run too.
Thank you, Perry. I'm sure they wanted to run too, but as soon as you're in close quarter range, running is not as easy, especially if the person's chasing me, or if I have to open the door, if I'm any type of obstacle right now. If he attacked me with this sword, where am I gonna run? I'll never get to the door anywhere else. How about you slip and right cross in the head? So that's a great question. Who's this? Bahadir Osaka. By the way, guys, I enabled my chat, my super chat. So if you guys want to leave me a donation, it'd be super cool, guys. You could leave me a little something. If not, it's all good. It's the first time I didn't even know this existed. People are like, you should have it on. Maybe you can get some fans who are going to give a donation, but whatever. Okay, so great question is, what if I slip it, right? So let's say I do this. That's very risky, right? Slipping it, right, is very risky because, again, if I slip it wrong, or if I'm getting cut right in the head, I wouldn't risk it. I'd rather explode in and jam it and secure it instead of trying to slip or move it.
Well, as a beginner, from what I see from this, because I've never, like he said, if you watch the videos, I'm not a self-defense guy. I don't know.
Well, sorry guys, this is great because my cousin doesn't know any self-defense, only from what he's seen with me. So he always has this realistic question that you might have, or his reaction is more natural to what you would have.
So if I'm seeing this right now, like I have two options.
So move back. Let's do it.
Either wait for the swing and dodge, which I'm not confident to do because I don't have the reflexes he has. So I'm assuming now as soon as I see his body going into a strike, like now he's like, as soon as I see this moving or his torso moving, I'm going in.
That's it. Now
That's what I'm doing.
Now the way he came in is very dangerous.
Well, yeah.
Right? You want to come in here, blocking the arms with both hands. Okay, Vincent, what's up, my man? My moderator is here. Vincent, what's up?
Because to dodge, I don't trust my reflexes enough to dodge.
Yeah. Now, guys, this does take timing. It does take footwork. It does take explosive power. It does take training. The hardest part is right there, what my cousin says, is to have the reflex and the instinct to move in and not to move out.
Well, listen, if you're confident enough and you have some experience to dodge, do it, right? Yeah. You dodge and you move in. Me, as soon as I see his body language coming to attack me, I'm rushing him.
Is the best solution to grab a weapon like a chair? Vincent, absolutely, guys. By the way, guys, make sure to check out Vincent's channel. We're going to be working together. We're going to be doing some more lives. So if you guys have any questions, you guys could just throw them in there. Vincent's going to be helping me out as well. Guys, go visit my website, nickdrossos.com. I have brand new self-defense. I created a new tactical weapon series. These are not going up. They're only going to be up on my website. That's where I'm putting my new content. So go check that out. What were we talking about? There was a good question here.
Or dodging or using a weapon.
So guys, again, the key is pick up an improvised weapon.
I would think if I was in the park, I would start whipping rocks at him or something from far away.
Anything you could get, right? Anything, obviously, anything you could throw in his face, anything. The last thing you want to do is engage with the knife. But if I was here, right, grab the sword. If I'm here and I see him do this, if I move back, go slow, keep going slow. If I'm moving back, go attack me, but go slow. And I'm doing this, keep a little bit faster, and he's doing this, and I'm doing that. I'm just getting sliced, but at least I have higher chances of survival of stepping in and jamming and securing that weapon hand.
Would it be smart with a long-range weapon like this? Obviously, you want to create a shorter distance. If you're going to engage, you want to be close to him, right? Because then it's useless here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The reality is the person who will attack you with a weapon, okay, is always going to use his range, right? So that's what it comes down to. Nick, it's not about fighting. Nick teaches about self-defense. Someone attacks you, you have to do something. Absolutely. Now, guys, should you really fight a guy who was a katana? No, absolutely. You think the guys who got stabbed went out and say, oh, let me go attack this? No, nobody wants to go fight a guy with a katana.
If you're stuck.
But if you're stuck, guys, here's the thing. Knowing a little something is better than knowing nothing, right? So if I could teach you how to pick up an improvised weapon, if I could maximize your reaction time through exercises or drilling or even watching a video and you're learning, being like, okay, my options are better to pick up an improvised weapon than run. My options are better to charge than turn my back. That could save your life. So there's no guarantees. All I'm giving you, we're exploring different weapons and different options that you could do. The guy who's gonna, like in this here, obviously, he's gonna use his range.
So either you stay away.
So either you stay away, but if
or
I'm
you
here,
come
you
close,
come in.
right? So you block this part, you said.
Yeah, so the way you want to come in, so come over here, grab it. So if I'm here, I step in. I'm going to step in here. From there, I want to make sure I trap the weapon. As soon as I trap, I decide to strike. Right? So again, there's no guarantees, guys. At the same time, I'm not.
It's unfortunate, those people lost their lives.
Yeah,
Crazy people out there, you know?
Grab the weapon at the same. Yeah, so you see, that's the hard part. Vincent, great one, sir. Once we are close enough, I only think the situation, headbutt. What do you think? Absolutely, Raphael. Headbutting, kneeing. Because you're mobilizing his hands. I want to make sure that his hands, I'm here.
Yeah.
From there, it's elbow up, knee, headbutt. Oh, bite his arms. I'm always going to keep contact with the weapon. Unlike a bat, where I could afford to hit the bat even a little bit, with a sword, you can't. As a football player for many years, my first instinct was always to rush, wrap, and tackle. I mean, that's great. If you have that instinct, that's what you want to do, right? But you still need a little bit of technique with it, right? If you could trap, at least know the proper way, it's definitely going to help you.
See, I rushed him and I didn't block the good hand, right? I went for the opposite side and the sword was still free.
Yeah. How about multiple attackers with long-ranged weapons? Guys, multiple attackers. See, so this is a little bit the mindset. By the way, guys, I enabled my super chat. So if you guys want to leave a donation, I don't even know if this shit works, if it's on or not. Is this about Quebec City attack or
Yes.
just poor timing? No, it's about the Quebec City attack, right? So a lot of people asked me to make this video and we talked about it. Should I do it now? I mean, when is the right time to make a self-defense video? Unfortunately, we live in a world where
crazy people do crazy shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we looked at what happened in France, we looked at what happened in Quebec, and more, these type of attacks are happening. So, you know what I mean? I want to make these videos where people are also more aware in the moment and, you know, they start, you know, taking more charge of and learning self-defense, because the truth is, you know, the chances that the police officer will be right there next to you when it happens are slim to none.
And also, you know what I noticed with these videos mean?
Raphael, $50. Holy moly, man. Thank you so much, brother.
You know,
Thank you.
Doing this creates...
Wait, Nick, what do you do if you see a terrorist attack running or stepping? So this is a great question, right? So, and a lot of, like my cousin said, I doubt the person who got attacked wanted to fight him. He was probably running for his life. So running is not always an option. But what do you do when you see an attack like that? Now, it's not as easy for you to jump in, and I get it if people panic, they get scared, they run, they like, people are scared, right? It's not in our instinct, if I saw a guy do this, to jump in and go hand to hand with him, right? So if you're put in this situation, guys, if you're put in this situation, let me give you a few steps. One, at least call the cops. Call the cops. Make noise. If you're scared to engage, scream, I'm calling the police, let him go. Create chaos, try to do something. Two, if you're gonna engage the attacker, engage with a weapon. Pick up anything you can find in the street and smack him over the head with it.
And be vicious. Be vicious at that moment. You
Be
decide to
vicious.
engage.
Grab something, smack him over the head. Grab a brick. Grab whatever you can, right? To just hit him over the head. Don't go hand to hand.
But also, don't be a hero. At the
Yeah.
same time, you don't have to be a hero. That's why 911 exists. Call.
Like I tell people, and it happened to somebody who got attacked, and the person didn't really react, and at the time they didn't know what to do. I said, don't beat yourself over it.
'Cause
Right?
You can make a situation worse.
Yeah, you can make a and maybe, obviously, you could end up getting your own life killed. How would you suggest to defend yourself if you're concealed pistol or a person coming at you with a sword? So if you have a weapon, now guys, I went to Boston and I trained the defensive tactics instructors in Boston. It says featured ain't available. I don't know, Vincent, can you check that out? I don't know how that works, but Raphael, my man, I want to thank you for your donation, buddy. If you have any questions, Raphael, let me know. So if you want to, what was I saying, Perry? I lost my train of thought.
He was saying about if you're carrying a weapon.
Yeah, if you're carrying a weapon. Now, guys, I did this. If you're in close quarter range, and we pressure tested this, anytime before less than 15 feet, the knife always got to the gun. Every time. Under 6 to 10 feet, the knife will definitely beat the gun. Between 10 and 15, I noticed it kind of like a 50, it's kind of like a 60-40. After 15 feet, the gun starts to get the edge. After 20 feet, you have enough time to pull up. And again, if you noticed, even when the person was shooting, and when I did my instructor course, I had about 50 videos, and I went through about 150 videos that I went through before I did my seminar, my instructor course. There was videos where the officer is getting shot, and the attacker still managed to get to the officer and still stab him.
Even after getting shot.
After getting shot. And I'm not saying 3-4 times. The nervous system kept going. So the idea that you're going to shoot him and he's just going to drop is false. And that's why when the officer tells
It's not
you...
like the movies you mean.
It's not like the movies, yeah. That's why when the officer tells you, show me your hands, show him your hands. There's a reason why he's doing that. Right? Markin, what's going on, my man? So, I think that people need to remember that, and the idea that I'm just going to pull out my gun. Yes, if you have it, especially in the U.S. Unfortunately, in a lot of countries, you're not allowed to carry. Yo, Nick, so what about 2 dudes with knives?
There's a video, we did that one.
Yeah, I just posted a video right now. Knife defense against 2 knives. So, Markin, what's going on? So, guys, so that's it. So, again, nobody wants to go and fight with a guy with a katana. You want to avoid it. You want to do whatever you can to get away, to escape, to run. Engage as I. But if you're there, if you're in a knife fight, and the person's attacking you with a knife, and you're going to write me a comment, there's nothing I could do, then roll over, tell your attacker there's nothing you could do, and give up. Or you could attempt to give him the fight of your life.
Well, look, there's times where you can't do anything, whether it's a gun or a knife. I remember when my warehouse got robbed, my brother got a shotgun right to his head as soon as he opened the door. What was he going to do? Either cooperate with the robber, or run. If he ran, he would have gotten a buckshot right in the back.
I completely forgot. His brother, gunshot straight to the head. Your uncle got shot, right?
Right. I was coming back from school. It was on the news. He wanted to go stop them after they left because he's the old school guy, God bless him. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened to him, and they just shot him.
Yeah.
So these people, if you can avoid it because it's dangerous out there.
Can you use your leg against sword? Vincent, great question. Again, guys, it's all about range.
Not my leg.
Right? So here's the thing. Look, go slow. Look at the range. I'll go all the way here. Whoa.
I'm still coming.
It's still coming in. So can I use it? No. Right? Can I use it against a knife, a smaller? Yes, because I'm using my legs to give me the edge and give me the range. But here, what I'd be doing, I'd be exchanging.
And I'm still swinging.
And I'd be exchanging knife, like cuts for legs, for kicks, right? So, again, if you had anything else, thank you, Vincent. If I had anything else, again, even if I had again, only if I had the range and I could take off my shirt. If I could just, like, I don't know, just do this, anything to like maybe just throw something in his face so I could blind him to step in, maybe that could give me a few seconds to get some range. But I mean, guys, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy, but I'd rather give you some solution than no solution. And that's what it comes down to. So guys, I'm gonna be finishing it soon. Rafael, once a cop here in Brazil talking about concept of knife versus gun, he said he should go to the ground with back on the ground, kind of jiu-jitsu, defense with feet while trying to use the gun. Got the point? Let me see. Rafael, once I saw a cop here in Brazil talking about the concept of knife versus gun. He said he believed we should go to the ground with the back on the... Okay, so...
It means like this, you have the gun and you're kicking it.
Yeah, so what happened was, what if he doesn't have experience and I'm small and weak? So, Rafael, that's a great question. And again, thank you for the super chat, man. Actually, I saw this when I did my seminar in Boston. I was training with the Boston police, the New York police. And there's a video on YouTube where I'm charging the police officer. And we did 20 feet. We were pressure testing it. He means like the New York cop. Yeah, that's it, right? So what happened was we're about 20 feet away. And so the first time I got to him, and the second time, the idea was, as he pulled out the gun, he dropped on the ground and he shoots here.
And he's keeping his distance.
Right? He's keeping his distance with his legs and the gun. In that case, that was very effective.
Against a short knife.
Against a short knife, yeah.
Katana, I'm still swinging, right? I'm still coming in deep. This is a dangerous weapon.
Did somebody give another donation of $11? I see something. I don't know what that means, guys. Guys, obviously, run fast. When people tell me that, it's like, when you tell me against a knife, run. To me, it's like, when you're hungry, eat. We know that.
Okay, so she's gonna say one more time. This is if you can't run.
Like, I'm sure the people who got stabbed this weekend
wish they could have run.
But if they got stopped, probably wasn't possible. Misfit, Perry, sorry to hear your uncle got... Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was years ago.
I'm 42, when I was 16 years old. It was a scary thing.
Why would you even fight?
My brother.
Again, guys, same said here. Yeah, again, guys, the idea is to run. We know that, right? And I say that in every single video, just like I talk about awareness, right? But what if you can't run? The people who got attacked, I'm sure they try to run. How many attackers can you fight at one? Oh, that depends on...
I can't fight more than one person.
For those, so those are for those. I mean, running is not always an option. And I have a video on pressure testing where I'm in this room with Helen, who's a woman, 20 feet away, and she attacks me every time. Why is that? People are like, just run. Well, every time I got through the door, she stabbed me. So when you tell me just run, yes.
And you better be a faster runner than the other person, right?
I run pretty fast. I'm a very fast runner. So if you try to run from me, not only you run from me, but you're also chest to back. But I hate it. They come with a whole squad. Again, guys, Nick, have you ever beat up people in clubs? Actually, yeah, I worked in clubs for sure many years. If you're an attacker, it may be an idea. Don't attack Nick Drossos. Two, definitely don't let him. Don't hit him. Don't let him access to taking a katana from you. Fact. Searching afterwards. You can keep up and you're tired running. Good luck fighting. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Again, what I try to teach people, I always say to myself when you're teaching self-defense, is it possible or is it probable? So what does that mean? Nick, what if it's 5 guys and they're each holding 2 knives? Is that possible? Yeah. Is it probable? No. Nick, what happens if there are 2 guys and 1 guy has a knife? Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Yeah. That's actually realistic, right? Because sometimes people give me scenarios that are like, what if there are 10 guys and they each have a knife and 1 guy's got a gun? What do you do then? I mean, it's the same thing as, what happens if an asteroid is coming to the planet? You know what I mean? So I try to look at stuff that way because sometimes the questions are just, there's so many ways we can break this down.
Also, I'm assuming in certain attack situations, you're not walking away unharmed. You're gonna get harmed,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna maybe end up in the hospital. But what he's trying to teach you, and I know my cousin, and we've talked about this, is doesn't want you to be dead.
Yeah. See, the difference between fighting and self-defense and survival, fighting is me wanting to go there and engage. Self-defense is learning the concept of defense. Survival means doing whatever it takes for you to get out of this. It's for you to go home to your family, whether that means you got hit or you got stabbed once or whatever happened.
At least you're going home.
At least you're going home. And that's the mindset you want to have in your training.
Listen, even just doing these videos with him, even though I'm not practicing that much, it's giving me confidence. So that helps.
Yeah.
So now if I see someone attack me, I'm still gonna get scared, but I have a reference point in my head.
So said avoid dangerous areas. I mean,
My work was in a dangerous area and they came in with the gun.
It's true. His work was an area and they came in and so, I mean, the truth is, obviously, like, I worked in clubs and my cousin knows me, he used to come and see me in the clubs. I've seen people get shot in clubs. I've seen people get stabbed outside. I've seen shit. Had I not worked in clubs, I probably wouldn't have much to teach about. But because I worked in clubs, a lot of what I teach comes from that. And that's where my experience, and that's where I'm able to teach what works and what doesn't work based on some source of, some base of what I've witnessed or seen.
And trouble finds you sometimes.
And trouble finds you, yeah. Anywhere can be a dangerous area. Absolutely. Good question, Nick. Can you answer this one? Which one is that? What is an effective arm locks against punches? Arm lock. I don't really do. Okay. I don't really have any arm locks. I don't do any of this stuff. Even in terms of security, I never did any of these type of locks. In the flashlight. Not the one from the flashlight, Nick. What's the one from Nick? Do you value any carrying a flashlight could give you enough time to? All right, so a tactical flashlight is actually, I actually made a series that I'm going to be putting on my website, and one of them is a tactical flashlight, how to use it. Like, flashing in the eyes. Absolutely. A tactical flashlight is pretty cool because you're actually using it to flash the person in the eyes. I think I have one right here, actually. I'll show it quickly. It's this right here. So it's, I don't know if you could see it. Oh, the battery's dead. So it actually works. It really goes into the eyes. It flashes at the same time. You can smack it here. You can hit here. You can feel this, right? You can imagine getting hit in the head with this one shot. But you keep it over here. You light it. You protect the weapon. And this could definitely work. Again, the problem with all these weapons, you need to have them. You need to have it out, holding it. You need to be ready with it. You need to have the distance and all of that before you use it, right?
And hopefully the guy's not wearing sunglasses.
But again, I'd rather focus on learning how to pick up improvised weapons more than anything else. So that's it, guys. I mean, please go check out Vincent MMA. He's going to be helping me monitor these lives. We're planning to do something once a week. We're going to be meeting Wednesday, and I'm trying to put something together with him. And that's it, guys. So if you have any comments, any questions, leave them in the comment box. Make sure to subscribe, to hit the bell, as well as go visit my website, nickdrossos.com. As well as let me know what are some of the next videos, lives, you guys want me to see, you guys want to see. Leave them in the comment box and me and Vincent will go through them. And we'll be picking, again, we're trying to pick a day and a time that we can go live once a week, like this 30 minutes, like a self-defense show, where I could just, focus on one thing on each show. So that's it, guys. Vincent, thank you, my man. I hope you guys enjoy. Have a great day. Stay safe. Again, self-defense starts with awareness. Be aware of your environment without being paranoid. Be aware of your environment. Your environment, when you're walking in the street, chest up, take off your earphones, look around. If you see something or feel something suspicious, turn around, face them. You know, always manage your space and distance. And that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. Last, go visit my website, nickdrossos.com, and brand new programs on the website. And that's it. Vincent, my man, I want to thank you. And we're out, guys.